Have you got something in mind that you'd like to get better at? Maybe you've been inspired and would like to learn a new skill or boost a fading one. Here is some practical advice to get you there. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joey Bull and I'm a fitness professional and I do videos on well-being. Here I'm going to go over a method that you can apply to learn your dream skill. To get good at anything, you have to have the information first to process. You have to see it, hear it. Think of a child, how much it observes for the first 2 years of its life before it speaks its native tongue. It says nothing for a while and then eventually, nearly a clear word comes out, followed by lots of celebration. Hopefully, having a better grasp of our motor skills than an infant, that cognitive stage will be faster for us. And this is the exciting and inspiring stage. We've seen something and we want to master it. And this is the acquiring stage. It's about digesting the information to start the motor program. Now, I know that all might seem really obvious and you might be thinking, yeah, come on, tell us about how to get on with our new interests here. But this is a really important stage, and no matter your craft, this is the stage you have to come back to now and again. So if you haven't already, watch skilled people at their trade, art, action, whatever it is that you wish to replay yourself, and focus on their delivery, their posture, their angles. This is a bigger part of the cognitive process than we realize. As a dancer, I'm often watching amazing choreographers and dancers just so I can drum up the appetite, so I can see how they've crafted that move to be just so, the balance like this, the jump so tight and the head turn so sharp, the very stuff that makes it interesting. But watching it at half speed or slower reveals all that information that's been packed into half a second that makes it watchable, dazzling and beautifully crafted. So slow down the recording of your chosen skill and listen to and watch it precisely and repeatedly. Then take the very first motion or chord or whatever it is you're trying to learn and practice it repeatedly, slowly, precisely, over and over again. It seems silly, especially if that part that you're learning isn't the trickiest area of the sequence, but what we're trying to do here is get you from a conscious level of incompetence to a conscious level of competence, which eventually takes you to that stage where it becomes so natural that it's an unconscious competence. Then move on to the next section of the sequence, repeating the drill over and over. So you're drilling the skill and coming from that place of it feeling awkward and unusual to, I think I can slowly get this. It's feeling a bit better. This is the stage where we largely make great progress, but not repeatedly. You might get the odd, I smashed it, and then you can't get that again. So it's really important at this stage to get yourself recorded, to get some kind of feedback, and then play it back and look out for that lazy arm or leg that will, later on in your learning, hold you up from gaining the whole sequence. So in summary, observe, slow it down, break it down, repeat it and review. We can often dream big and not get anything off the ground, either because we don't know how to begin the activity or because we have that plunging dissatisfaction of making progress at a glacial pace. The second stage of learning is known as the associative stage, and this is a frustrating and not particularly feel-good part of the learning process. If you're a coach working with someone else here, this is where your patience and reward will keep the anxiety out of your students. Remembering that learning your new skill is a 3-stage process can really help. It probably won't happen first time round in the first training session or rehearsal. Now, that's not to defeat you, but to encourage you, to get you past those thoughts of, I just can't do this. It is a really vital stage, and a stage that even elite athletes return to frequently as it lays down perfect patterns. Think of a professional diver, all that twisting, turning, hitting the water at the perfect angle. After competition, he has to go back to the trampoline to practice those fundamentals, touching the toe, the pike, all those little details that makes the whole sequence, as unlearning bad habits is much harder than learning them. So stay patient, be kind to yourself, know what's coming. Here is a graph to illustrate the learning curve. As you can see, this is an emotional roller coaster over time. Starting out with, ooh, this is fun, to, oh, actually, this is challenging, to, yeah, nope, maybe not, hang on a minute, I've got it. Rather like a pilot has a checklist on takeoff, call the actions out to yourself. Raise, reach, elevate, go. again. So how much time do you need to be giving this new skill? I believe that any amount of minutes is really valuable to training your new skill, but what's more important is knowing each time what it is that you wish to drill. My son needed to get better at boxing and lower in his legs, so he'd walk into the kitchen shadow boxing in what looked like lunges. It looked a little bit silly to start with, but quite quickly it looked effective, powerful, and not least rather scary. And now it's totally natural. Putting 20 to 30 minutes a day to grasp your skill and up your game is a really good idea, but don't underestimate those accumulation of minutes that you put together throughout the day to really improve your new craft. And as for the time of day, we're most receptive to learning until lunchtime and then briefly mid-afternoon. Start with clear intention, drill each action perfectly. Assemble the sequence slowly, call the prompts out, be patient, practice here, now and later. Mastering your new skill can take a long time, but right here and now we're talking about just getting to a stage where it feels good, you're upright, you're enjoying it, it's nearly listenable or watchable, so celebrate that achievement. This is the stage of learning when it is largely automated and your cognition is minimal and your motor skill is so good that you can be surveying your surroundings at the same time. You're no longer a soloist in your very own concentrated world, you're now a team or a band player involved out there in the field, calling strategies, watching speed, defending, signaling, that whole no hands thing. This is the unconscious competence stage. You've nailed it. But staying at this peak requires mental focus in that moment. Much as these masters are so adept to their craft that they can multitask, that it looks like they can almost think of other stuff at the same time. Amazing, right? But that's the very part of the performance which requires discipline of mind and focus, as one little error, one mess up, one thinking of the outcome rather than the process of the performance can lead to something failing, some accident, some error, or just an embarrassing performance. No matter the expertise or the years behind it, having the focus on the process is the key to developing, maintaining, and gaining more of your excellence. Celebrate your success, keep the focus on the drill, then process the delivery and not the outcome. That's it for today's video, and I hope this video has helped you learn a new skill or revive an old one so that you can really nail it and celebrate your success. And please, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I upload every week.